There's a familiar kind of disappointment that happens when you travel to a store for something you genuinely need. You've checked the website, you've seen the green tick, you trust it, you make the journey, you pay for parking, and then you're standing in front of an empty shelf, looking at a space where the item should be. You wonder how something so simple could go so wrong. A member of staff checks for you out the back, apologises, and you leave with that quiet frustration that comes from realising the store just didn't actually know what it had. For years, this was the normal. Inventory accuracy was more of a guess than a measurement. Barcodes need to be scanned one by hand, usually by somebody who had to count 100 other things as well. Stock counts were done maybe once or even twice a year, usually overnight, usually rushed. And the data that fed the website, the thing that you relied on, was often months out of date. It's strange to think about how much of retail ran on that kind of uncertainty. But the shelves have started to change. Not visibly, not in a way you'd notice while walking past, but in a way that shifts the entire foundation of how stores understand themselves. The tags on products aren't just printed labels anymore. They're tiny pieces of hardware, microscopic chips attached to thin antennas, sitting quietly inside garments, electronics, packaging. They don't need batteries, they don't even need to be seen. And they only wake up when a radio signal touches them. And in that moment, they tell the system exactly what they are. RFID feels almost like a magic trick when you see it happen. A staff member walks down an aisle holding a handheld reader, and the device picks up hundreds of items per second. Through boxes, through racks, through crates, even the ones that are buried underneath the shelving. What used to take hours now takes minutes. What used to be guesswork is now certainty. The store stops being a place full of hidden corners and forgotten stock rooms and becomes something closer to a live database, updating itself every time someone walks past with a scanner. And then the next shift arrives, the part that feels almost surreal. Robots start moving through the aisles at night, long after the last shopper's left. They're not loud, they're not dramatic, they navigate slowly, using LiDAR to map the store in 3 dimensions, avoiding obstacles with a kind of quiet confidence. As they move, their RFID receivers scan every shelf from the top to the bottom. The cameras check where the products are pulled forward, where the gaps have formed, where the labels match what the system expects. They don't rush, they don't get tired, they don't miss things. So when the morning arrives, the store manager has a report waiting, a precise list of what needs replenishing, where it needs to go, and what's missing. No more wandering out the back with the till receipt, no more handwritten notes. You just open up your handheld terminal and you have a list waiting for you. No more guessing whether something is actually out of stock or just misplaced. The building knows it itself in a way never could before. But even with all this precision, there are limits. RFID tags cost only a few pence each, but when you multiply that across millions of low margin grocery items, the economics start to strain. That's where the technologies took root first in fashion, electronics, home goods, places where the margin can absorb the cost. And even then, the radio waves don't behave perfectly. Metal shelves reflect signals, liquids absorb them. A reader can accidentally pick up items sitting behind a wall if the antenna isn't tuned correctly. The system has to learn the building, adjusting itself until the noise fades and the readings become clean. For staff, the shift is subtle but meaningful. They spend less time doing repetitive counts and more time helping people, handling returns, managing replenishment. The job becomes less about scanning and more about understanding. And for shoppers, the experience becomes more reliable. When the website says something in stock, it usually is. When you place a click and collect order, the item is almost always exactly where the system says it will be. But the part that stays with you isn't the robots or the tags or the technology. It's the quiet realization that the store is no longer guessing. The aisles become more searchable. The shelves become visible to the system in a way they never were before. The gap between what the store thinks it has and actually what it has starts to close. And you feel it most in the moment when you walk in looking for something specific, something you need, something you've planned for, and it's actually there. Not missing, not misplaced, not sitting in a crate in the back room. Exactly where the system said it would be. It's a small thing, but it changes the entire experience. The frustration fades and hopefully brings more people back to the high street. And the store, quietly, without fanfare, becomes something closer to what it always promised to be.